All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna be working again on the FC. I'm gonna apologize now. I did kind of take the liberty and start getting whatever. So I did take the liberty of getting some stuff done. I mean, we're on the home stretch on this thing. It's all the little things. There are some things that I could have filmed that I didn't. But let's kind of give you guys a status update where we are on the car. We have the radiator in there fully mounted. We did the hold down tabs for the radiator so it's nice and secure. Pretty stoked on that. I'm pretty happy on the way that came out. It looks really clean. I made a little shifter boot thingamajig right here. A little bit different than the one we had in there before. I made this top plate to hold this radiator in better. I also made some plating down here. Came out pretty good. Pretty stoked on it. Did this piece up here with some dimple dies and stuff like that. That came out all right. Pretty stoked on it. Holds this radiator in a little bit better. Last time I didn't really have anything like on the sides to kind of hold it in, and that's kind of what these self tappers pretty much do, is hold the radiator in place so it doesn't move around. For today's project, what we're gonna do is the dash right here and start getting the layout for where the switch panels are gonna go, and my oil pressure gauge and water temperature gauge and stuff like that. I have some OSB right here. I want to use this. I feel like it will work really good on the dash. This thing, like, is all the tabs are broken and stuff like that. Like, I could put screws in the holes up here, but even I need like a bigger head screw to go in there to hold this in place. And then what I want to do is take some aluminum and make a bracket right here that holds the bottom piece of this to it, so that way the bottom's secured, because what happens a lot of times is this kind of just lifts up and does what it wants, even with the screws on the top. So I just want to secure it just a tad bit better. Let's get working on that, and let's get this shit knocked out. All right, so I think what I want to do is work on these pieces first. So what I'm going to do, try to make them symmetrical with each other. So I'm probably going to go to here. Almost. Thank you. Alright, so I didn't know if that was going to work out, and so what I'm talking about is I've never bent plastic before. So I bought this little 2-foot piece by 1-foot piece off of Amazon, and I'm going to use this as my center dash bezel thing, which is going to have the gauges and the switch panels and stuff incorporated in this. But I'm bending these corner to wrap around the dash. Didn't know if it was going to work, so what I did was I put it in. I'll just show you guys. Key is you gotta leave a little bit for the material to actually bend. So I line it up on the line, and then I move this back just a little bit for the. And all I do is apply some pressure, let it heat up, and then slowly let it work its way. If you guys have a better way to do this, let me know in the comments below. I've never bent plastic before, so. Ooh, that was weird. You see that? Like moved on its own. That was crazy. Unless I was delirious, thing just started like boop. Oh yeah. Let it cool down. That was crazy. It just started like lifting up. I've never seen that before. I didn't do it. I didn't hit this side when I did that. So I don't know if I showed you guys, but I finished these two up. They came out all right. They'll help hold that on because a lot of times it was just flopping around. Because there's only like 2 bolts that hold it in. So, but anyways, this came out pretty good. Yeah, so you can kind of see. We got to get it fitted right, and then we got to trim the dash a little bit to fit it. But I think overall, it'll be really good. All right, so got both switch panels in. I need different hardware. This is just temporary for now. That one needs like a longer one. So these are like 16 millimeters long. They're really tiny on the length. So I'll probably get like maybe 25 millimeter ones to put in there, and I'll probably get button head screws for all of them, just so it just looks a little bit cleaner. Looks all right, but I like button head stuff for like trim pieces and stuff. You got a little trimming to do right here and stuff like that. But the last thing I need to do is put the water temperature gauge and oil pressure gauge and put them right there, and then should be done. So let me knock that out real quick. So, all right, I got the dash in. I'm pretty stoked on it. It fits really well. I really like this part right here where it kind of floats a little bit like that. I kind of like that for some reason. I like it better than the aluminum that I had there before. So, cool, cool, cool. All right, so cleaned up the garage. Most of the way, I think we did a pretty good job. Pretty clean. There's still some stuff left to do. But for right now, what we're gonna do is set up the tarp, put some tires up, and put the hood in here. So that way I can finish painting that because it didn't get painted properly. Reason being is in the next episode, we're gonna wrap the car. So what we need to get done now is finalizing all the little projects and stuff on some of the main body pieces, and then on the back of the car, which I'll show you guys what we need to do there, and wash it and start buffing it, so that way when we lay the vinyl wrap down, it's a nice and smooth surface with minimal defects. It's not going to be perfect, but for this car it's going to be fine. So let's get that set up and start mixing up some paint and painting a couple spots on the hood. It shouldn't take very much paint to finish this up, but all right. so we got that painted up. We're gonna let it dry. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is start prepping this to get it buffed. Oh, and get all the trim pieces off, get all the glue off the doors and stuff like that. All right, let's get working on that. I got these trim removal pieces or tools from Harbor Freight. Whew, one way to get it off. All right, so you see how there's like a bunch of overspray from painting the inside of the car. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use some really high cutting compound and a buffer, and we're gonna buff it, and it should take off all that overspray and clean it up and make it a real nice surface for the wrap. So it's crazy seeing it without the over fenders on it. I haven't seen it like this in a long time. All right, get to work. All right, so we got all the, we got it polished for the most part. We just needed to knock off some things. Now we need to wash it and get all the excess wax and stuff off of it so we can wrap it. All right, so we got the car cleaned up, got it washed, got it polished, all that stuff, so we can vinyl wrap it in the next episode. And I'm kind of keeping the color under wraps for now. No pun intended there. Tune into the next one and you find out what color we wrap it. I don't remember if I've already blown the secret or whatever, but it should be a pretty cool color. It's not going to be black. I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and go ahead and, you know, click the like and subscribe button, notifications too, and I'll see you guys in the next one.